Hello, everybody! Oh, this is VerticalSandwich! Welcome to Let's Play Mario's Missing, the Paris, France version. I'm so sorry for anybody watching this in France. Like, why is the Eiffel Tower closed? Yeah, why is it closed? Like the sign says, Bud, the tricolor was stolen. We can't reopen it until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet. The tower that has come to symbolize Paris was designed by Gustave Eiffel, an engineer. The tower was built for the World's Fair of 1889. It is 1,050 feet high and built entirely of steel. 2.5 million rivets hold it together. The Eiffel Tower has its own post office, and letters posted there will bear its impressive postmark. Once the tallest building in the world, it is now dwarfed by the Empire State Building and Chicago Sears Tower, which is no longer called the Sears Tower, but was in 1993. Now, something to note about that is, from my understanding, that the city of Paris, the people there really hated the Eiffel Tower when it was built. They thought it was just an eyesore. I'm not sure if this is true. You have to look this up. You do not trust me as a primary source for this. Obviously now it's iconic, but you could imagine, like, somebody for a World's Fair building this gigantic, ugly steel tower in the middle of your neighborhood. You'd be mad. You'd be like, that's horrible. And now, obviously, it's just iconically symbolic of Paris. Now, I once lived, or worked, and stayed in Paris, Texas, which has the world's, get this, 4th largest Eiffel Tower. Because the one in France is the tallest. There's a one in Vegas, the second. The one in Paris, Tennessee, is the 3rd. And this one was the 4th. It has a large red cowboy hat on top of it. I'm not kidding. That's all a true story. Okay. Why is the Arc de Triomphe closed? We have the Notre Dame Bell. Okay, so let's go to the city map. We've got to go all the way over to somewhere. No, never mind. Well, good. The Notre Dame thing might prove me right. That it's super old. I do know that if you look at historic maps of Paris, that Notre Dame is central in the city plans. I mean, it's just meant to be the center of the city, which is, you know, I guess interesting. It's another iconic piece of Paris landscape. I mean, one of the things you think about. Somebody said, what do you think about when you think about France? Like, largely, this is the thing that you would do. You would think about all the time. Or that would come to mind easily. For me, ironically, it's the palace at Versailles. But that has a lot to do with my education in French than anything else. Why is it closed? Construction of King Louis the Ninth's big project to the Cathedral of Notre Dame, Our Lady, began in 1163. Did I say it started like at 500? It was like 1,500 years old. I don't know. But it took 150 years to complete. Every detail of Gothic architecture was used in its design. Situated on the banks of the Ile de la Cité, Notre Dame can hold 9,000 people. The church is especially known for its huge rose-colored stained glass window. The window is illustrated with 80 pictures taken from the Old Testament. This is the home of lovable Quasimodo, the hunchback from Victor Hugo's novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Alright, I want to return its bell. Is example of Gothic. How many towers? 3. Damn it. You do have to question why me not knowing answers to questions would make the artifact fake. Okay, so anyway. It means Our Lady. Because new is the word for we in, anyway. The cathedral's example of Gothic. Thank you. Show it. See how many things it has. Just the 2. Let's talk about the spire, and then it's just 1. Whatever. Anyway. So, we have 2 more artifacts that are Parisian. I don't know where I'm going. Really don't. Alright. The map of this town. Alright. I think this should take us there. Well, to an info booth. I don't know if it takes us to the one we need. Because I'm not sure exactly what the sequencing of artifacts is. Wait, really? How did I manage that crap? You know what? Let's see. Let's just see where we end up. Not bad. I want to return the Eternal Flame. 1836. The Old Soldiers Association. Fantastic. Let's see. L'Arc de Triomphe. Ba-bam! Looks far more impressive at an angular view, so you can see its dimensions. But anyway. Alright. So I know some stuff about stuff. Alright. Okay, Luigi, where are you going? Close. Down one and right. Fantastic. And then we'll be done with Paris. Okay. He was an engineer. And it's made of steel and rivets. Thank you. Show me the Eiffel Tower. Fantastic. Now let's use our globulator. And we'll get Yoshi up there. It's so weird. There have to be ROM hacks of Super Mario World that have used this. I mean, it's because it's crazy. Alright, Paris, France it is. And in relation to our blue pipe, okay, we have to go all the way up and then up and left. All the way up, right and up and left. That's what I meant. Okay, so our blue pipe should be over here. Alright, we secured that city. Are you writing down this password, people? You should be, because it leads you to a boss. Alright. So, now, we have another boss fight. Then again, it's a boss that can't hit us. Well, that was nice. I'm gonna just use this as a strategy. Okay, one more time. There we go. Jeez, that's sad. It's so pathetic. A torch graphic up on the wall is pretty cool. Seriously, let me out. Alright. So, we don't have a choice. We have 5 more cities to do. Okay, where are we? This looks American. So, it's New York. I've been there. Although, I mean, I just went and visited, like, Manhattan, essentially. It wasn't... but that looks to be what this is, because there very clearly is the Statue of Liberty, which I didn't see, and the Empire State Building, which I did see and go to the top of. And I don't know what that other thing is. I really don't. So let's go up. And, you know, we'll beat up some Koopas. Maybe get an artifact. Watch TV 200, Creepy Eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg. There's a reference for you. I paid attention in high school. Has anybody seen the new Great Gatsby preview, by the way? Oh my god. They make it look like an action movie, like a drug-fueled action movie. And the minute I saw it, like, one costume and one line of dialogue, I was like, oh, it's the Great Gatsby. Clearly, like, the most iconic American novel story. Well, maybe you could argue that with something like, you know, Tom Sawyer or Huck Finn being more iconic. But to me, Great Gatsby is the greatest thing an American's ever written. It's also the book that I've read the most. I've read it almost 20 times. I counted. I know, I'm a dork. The exact number is 17 or 18, so I didn't count very well. Legend has it Collins bought Manhattan for $24 from the Indians. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Like, I know that it's inaccurately stated. I know that it's commonly believed that they sold like $5 worth of beads, and that's not necessarily true. That one you'll have to look up. I don't have good info. And I wasn't expecting to discuss it this video. Oh, what did I get for artifact? I don't... Oh, that's from Rockefeller Center or whatever. I've been there too. All the stuff is in Manhattan. Just so you know. Okay. Why is the Statue of Liberty closed today? Okay, the Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French people to commemorate the friendship between the countries, which started during the American Revolution. Built by Franco-Italian sculptor Frederick Bartoli, Miss Liberty was dedicated on October 28th, 1886. Made from copper, the statue weighs 225 tons and stands 151 feet tall. Her nose alone is 4 feet long. The torch in her right hand is raised above the Hudson River. Her left hand holds the Declaration of Independence. The statue stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. That's why I didn't go see it. You have to take a boat to it, and I just didn't feel like it. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Statue of Prometheus. I don't know how iconic the Rockefeller Center stuff really is. Like, I actually ended up going there because it was on the way somewhere else. I was on the way somewhere else, just walking through it. It was like, hey, it's Rockefeller Center. That's also how I ended up in Times Square. All right. Yes, I want to return the torch. Sure, ask away. It honors the French-American friendship and looks a lot like, oh, I don't know, the sculptor's mom. At last! I didn't know that. That's a good guess. And there it is. Fantastic. You can see it from, like, the top of the Empire State Building and stuff. I mean, it looks tiny from where you see it. But so, I suppose, if logically we go up, I don't know what we can do if we go up. Do whatever. Just go up. Thanks for asking one of New York's finest. You're in New York City. Well, thank you for reminding or telling me. Okay. King Kong was still awesome! Named after New York's nickname, the Empire State Building stands 1,453 feet tall. At 102 stories, it's the third tallest building in the world and is served by 13 elevators. It would take 30 minutes to climb the 1,860 stairs. But the express elevator would carry you to the 80th floor in under a minute. While King Kong is a fictional figure, the resident window washer can be seen daily climbing the portable scaffolds, which enable her to move easily around the 5 acres of windows. Each pane gets washed once a month. I did not know that. Obviously, there were no window washers there when I was there. In fact, it was being renovated, so you could visit. But from the ground floor, you couldn't see up the building. From the top, you could see, like, Central Park and stuff. But, yeah, it was, they just had, like, a big thing saying that you couldn't. Okay, why is Rockefeller Center closed today? Radio City Music Hall was made world famous by the dance troupe, the Rockettes. The all-female group was started in Missouri in 1925. They took their name from the Roxy Theater, their original New York City home. The Rockettes have performed their high kicks in Radio City since its opening day in 1932. The music hall was built to be the largest and showiest theater in the world, despite the depression, which was at its worst. The theater is a famous Art Deco landmark. I want to return the statue of Prometheus. Okay. Statue that overlooks the skating rink is Prometheus. Rockefeller Center Street closes one day a year because the street clears on a holiday. The ice skating rink is closed. So the street will remain private. So the street will remain private property? Weird! That's a weird fact. We learned something really cool from this game. All right. When we come back, more of this people as threatened. Bye, everybody.